Hello everybody, Brad Munroe here, founder of the Rebuild 360 Network, and I'm sitting here with Tyler Banks, founder and CEO of Charm City Builders here in Baltimore City. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good, man. Good, man. Listen, everybody, Tyler is actually one of the Rebuild 360 Network's young CEOs to watch, as his company has been featured on HGTV. They're actually just crushing the Baltimore real estate market right now, and in a short amount of time, his company has actually built some national notoriety. So, you know, our whole point as investors is to build an empire. So why not learn from a guy like Tyler? You know, so that's what this is. This interview is all about. So I'm really excited to get into this. Tyler, man, tell us about yourself. How old are you? When did you get started in real estate, man?
Well, I'm 33 years old, and that was quite the introduction.
He's modest.
So 33 years old, I got started probably 2006, and around that time I was looking for opportunities to get in the real estate market, and we actually found a seller that would finance the property for me, and I found another guy that would finance the renovations. So I was able to get started in the real estate business.
Okay, awesome, man. And I mean, why real estate? Why did you choose real estate as your path to success?
I chose real estate because I was working alongside a real estate investor, and he had always told me that I needed to get into something where large dollar amounts changed hands. And you know, for me, I listened to his advice because he was doing really well in the real estate industry, and you know, I always liked the idea of buying something, improving it, and then hopefully selling it for more. And so it's kind of a natural fit for me to go into the real estate business.
That's great that you say that. So that kind of leads me to my next question. As far as for a new investor, you know, coming into the real estate game, you know, what is some advice that you can give them? You know, just starting off, like, you know, who should they try to surround themselves with? What type of individual should they try to surround themselves around? You know, where should they go? What type of you know, investment associations do you recommend that they you know, join? What is some of your?
Yes, that's a good question. I would recommend that they go out, they seek out other people in the industry. You know, meet with as many people doing exactly what they think they want to do. Like if you want to get into buying and rehabbing, look for guys that are doing that, or new home builders. Reach out and just keep you know, seeking out those type of people to meet with and ask questions, as many questions as you possibly can. Try to meet with lenders, private lenders, conventional banks like local community banks, and going to maybe some local real estate investor meetup type of things. You can Google that in your area, and just go there and ask a lot of questions. I had to learn a lot of things the hard way, and if you can seek out counsel and advice, so you don't have to make the mistakes that, you know, a lot of people make. And for me, I had to do that. But if you could ask a lot of questions of people in the industry, and don't be afraid to ask people for referrals of who they should possibly meet to get ideas and brainstorm.
Okay. Now, for the wholesalers and realtors who may be watching, what do you look for in the properties that you buy?
Yeah. So our core business area in Baltimore City, around the waterfront, we want to look for the width of the property, the length of the property, and then also the basement height, and then the availability to get parking. Can I tear down a rear wall and make a parking pad? You know, parking in the city is so valuable.
Definitely.
And then in the surrounding counties, what we're looking at is, does the property come with a garage? Is the garage detached, or is it attached to the house? Also, we want to look at, you know, what the conditions are in the basement, the height of the basement. Is it going to need waterproofing? Is it finished? Is it not finished? So there's a lot of things that you can pick out quickly, and that you can let us know, and we can make decisions a lot of times without even going inside. Potentially the other things that we look at in the county are the surrounding houses, what type of condition are the neighbors, properties, are, people maintaining their lawns,
Gotcha.
people want to live in neighborhoods that have a nice neighborhood,
Gotcha.
So.
Cool, man. Now, how did you build your brand, and what are the key elements you think to building a real estate brand?
Well, we have a core focus here at Charm City Builders, and the first focus that we have is to build a quality and unique house. So if you don't have the quality, you can't have a brand. So you got to keep your quality, and you have to be willing to stand behind your work. And I think that could be, a game changer. If you're not willing to stand behind something, then you can't possibly put your name out there and expect people to think good thoughts about it. So we try our best to, in even the most difficult situations, to go ahead and do the right thing, fix it, stand behind our work. We provide warranties, which it's not easy to go back sometimes and have to spend the money, but it comes back. It's a marketing thing for us. If we have to come back, it gives us another reason why we have to talk to you and show you how we're here to back you up. And then probably the other thing is to create a solid logo and make sure that that logo is visible as often as possible. For us, we're putting signage on our properties, and we're willing to invest a good bit of money in those signs. We're not putting inexpensive pieces of junk up on the on the building. We're putting these things that they do. It's a small investment, but it's well worth it because we get a lot of calls that come in off of these signs.
Right.
So doing that and putting everybody in the same type of shirt on the job site. You don't need to have phone numbers, all that, but it just needs to be a similar shirt. Like when the guys are working on the job site, they got a Charm City Builders logo T-shirt on, and it's everybody seeing the logo over and over again. So I think those three things are probably the most important.
Okay, awesome, man. Now, how do you kind of touched on it a little bit, but how do you guys remain to keep Charm City Builders relevant, in a forever changing market, a market that goes up and down, in a competitive environment like real estate? How do you guys continue to stay relevant?
I think it's staying in touch with the market and watching everything that is going on in your industry. For us in the houses, we're looking to see who's doing what and where, and then also looking for what's going on in other geographic locations throughout the country even, and look for ways to stay on the cutting edge. So we try to constantly evolve and change our product so that now this gray that's you see in our model house, it's starting to become more popular, and so I'm starting to think and look, how can I start making some subtle changes in that? Like, I don't want to have every house look the same, and I want to stay on the cutting edge and look for ways to build green. That building green is a big initiative that eventually everybody's going to be building green homes, and I think just looking and reading as much about your industry and where it's headed and staying on top of that curve is vital. You don't want to be like look at a company like Blockbuster. They didn't change. Nobody's going to shop, and they didn't change. They didn't make the change, and they're not in business anymore. So you have to be willing to adapt and change in the market.
True. With that being said, how do you guys use? This is kind of off topic, but how do you guys use the internet, incorporate the internet into your business model?
Sure. We have several different ways that we do that. We built a website that we're constantly evolving and changing. We're keeping up to date with putting our new properties on there, and we try to keep it simple so that when you go to our site, what we have available, and then also we try to use video as much as possible. People don't want to read a lot anymore. They want to have somebody reading to you. So like what we're doing here, so we try to utilize our website as much as possible and drive people to our website. And one of the ways we do that is we capture emails and people that are interested in our product, and we use a lot of imagery. So people want to see something old
Right.
made new,
Right.
and something maybe dilapidated turned beautiful, so we can use the imagery from before and after a lot to
Gotcha.
drive people to our website.
Gotcha.
And then once we capture your email, then we'll ask you if it's okay. Can we send you updates on our availability and just what we're doing? So we'll send out as much info of our new deals, new things we're doing, and then we also use social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all the different different ways that we can reach somebody.
Right.
And it's been pretty helpful. We spend a good bit of time actually doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you. I saw your LinkedIn. So you joined LinkedIn.
Oh yeah.
So,
I was down for the count for a little while, but
Yeah.
Kelsey Reck, she helps us out. She's our social media guru, and
Gotcha.
she was like, "You gotta get on LinkedIn. What are you doing, man?" so we're back now.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Now, I know you're big on teams and team building. So what advice can you give, a new investor trying to build their power team?
Yeah. So I think that as a leader, your primary goal is to develop and coach those that are around you and your team. And so you want to spend your time trying to find the right people to surround yourself with. And if you have a weakness, which everybody does, look to fill those voids with someone that can step up and overcome those weaknesses. And for me, I'm not good at accounting and numbers, and stuff just bores me to death. I like to make the deals. I like to meet people and talk.
You just like to count it. You just like to count it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what at the end I want to see how much we made. If we lost, I don't want to see that. No. But you do. You have to be able to measure things. So everything has to be measured in metrics. And as much as I don't like accounting and those type of things, we need to know our numbers. Truly, like if you do a project and you don't know what you spent, and you don't know, money slipping through the cracks here and there, you might think you made a lot of money, but at the end of the day, you lost, a lot.
Right.
So back to, the team mentality is go out there and treat people right and do right by people and try to help them get what they want. And those team members, if somebody comes to you and their goal is to get into real estate and they want to own some rental properties, don't look at them as a competitor. Try to figure out how you can help them get what they want, all while trying to stay focused on your business, but helping them get what they want at the same time. So